Before dealing with the story of the second season of the Dragon Family series, we must point out that this section will contain spoilers of the events of the first season of the series. Therefore, if you have not watched the first season, it is suggested that you skip reading this episode. What is the story of the second season of House of Dragon series about? The story of the first season of the series was very attractive in its own way. This attraction becomes even more if you have read the book Fire and Blood before watching the series, unlike the Song of Ice and Fire series. The narration of the events in this book is like a history book and does not include many details of dialogues and less important events. Therefore, the work of the team of writers of the series was a little difficult to adapt it. However, they did it successfully. Of course, we also see various changes in the series. For example, the sequence of Aegon's coronation and their surprise by Princess Rhaenys did not exist in the book, and this sequence was actually made up by the writers of the series. You must remember that in the final part of the first season, Rhaenyra tried to prevent the war as much as possible and always opposed the opinions of the advisors and Daemon, but there is no news of this happening in the second season. In the final minutes of the first season, we saw Rhaenyra's second son, Luke, killed by Viger. This issue can fill Rhaenyra's patience. Don't forget that he lost his father and two sons in a very short period of time, which left a deep impression on him. Now we have to wait and see how Rhaenyra and Daemon will avenge Luke's death. At the same time, we saw Jace's trip to Eyrie and Winterfell. He will first meet Jyn Arryn in the Eyrie, and then go to Winterfell to meet with Craven Stark to ensure their loyalty to his mother Rhaenyra. The Coggle brothers twins in the Kingsguard will also play a prominent role in Season 2. Another highlight of the final episode was Daemon singing, "He advanced against Vermiter." Vermiter is a very large dragon that took refuge in the caves of Dragonstone after the death of its main rider, King Jaehaerys. Now Daemon is trying to become a rival for Vhagar by taming him. Of course, Daemon's dragon is currently Caraxes. And since each rider only has one dragon, we'll have to wait and see who will ride Vermiter. Considering that the events of the second season, and even the subsequent seasons of the series, are narrated in the book Fire and Blood, it is possible to predict the events and the story of the second season of the House of the Dragon series based on that. But in order to avoid revealing the story and losing the excitement and charm of the series, we refrain from mentioning them so that the pleasure of watching the series is not lost.